Breanna Stewart is on the board with the whole WBPA alongside of her friend Nafisa Collier. Now, both of these women is over the Unrivaled League. Now, we all remember this tweet right here from a couple weeks ago that is in regards to Nafisa Collier. Let's pull it up right now. So, this is the tweet that kind of, pretty much made everybody's spider senses tingle. That is because this tweet right here stated, right? So let me get this.
Breanna Stewart faces mounting scrutiny regarding potential conflicts of interest in her dual roles as WNBA Players Association board member and Unrivaled League co-founder. The controversy intensified following recent collective bargaining agreement discussions held in Indianapolis during All-Star Weekend. The concerns center on Stewart's position as WNBPA vice president, while simultaneously serving as a founding member of Unrivaled, an alternative professional basketball league. Critics question whether these overlapping responsibilities create ethical complications during CBA negotiations that could affect the entire WNBA structure.
Let me get this straight. Breanna Stewart is WPA president, which she ain't the president, she's the vice president, but that's neither here or there. They co-founded the Unrivaled League that benefits. If there's a WNBA lockout and they're the ones leading the CBA negotiations, how do you negotiate in good faith? Make it make sense. And obviously, there they are down there, bro. Now, I am here to tell you, Nafisa Collier quickly responded to this, and she said,
initial concerns emerged several weeks ago through social media commentary highlighting the unusual situation. Observers noted that Stewart holds significant influence in WNBA labor negotiations while maintaining ownership stakes in a competing league that could potentially benefit from WNBA work stoppages or lockout scenarios. The criticism gained momentum with a social media post questioning how Stewart and fellow Unrivaled co-founder Nafisa Collier could negotiate CBA terms in good faith given their alternative league investments. The post suggested that both players possessed financial incentives that might conflict with WNBA players' collective interests.
Quickly responded to this, and she said, so let me get this straight. While everyone else was enjoying fireworks, you was thinking about how me and Stewie, all of us people are conspiring to force a lockout that will result in less money per year round for WNBA players. And yes, I kind of agree with that, bro. Now, let's fast forward until today. So this right here was released yesterday, right? This said a WNBA statements following.
Collier initially responded to such criticism by dismissing conspiracy theories about intentionally forcing lockouts that would reduce player compensation. She characterized the concerns as unfounded speculation about deliberate efforts to undermine WNBA operations for Unrivaled's benefit. Recent CBA meetings in Indianapolis drew more than 40 players, including All-Star Executive Committee members and various player representatives. The sessions were intended to address priority issues identified when players opted out of previous agreements, seeking transformational changes that would provide improved revenue sharing, enhanced working conditions, and recognition of player contributions to league growth.
It was released yesterday, right? This said a WNBA statements following the union's person CBA meeting with the league this afternoon, obtained by Front Office Sports. More than 40 players attended the meeting. Damn. Now, WBPA statement regarding the CBA meeting in Indianapolis. That's why we had to go to Indy, because this meeting took place, y'all can see there, January 17th. Now, we're not going to read this whole thing. I'm going to skim through it. So earlier today, it was the Women's National Basketball Players Association and the women's basketball, along WBPA staff and our CBA advisors.
However, the meetings reportedly failed to achieve meaningful progress toward resolution. The WNBPA released statements indicating that league responses to player proposals inadequately addressed fundamental concerns about compensation structures and working conditions. Player representatives committed to continuing negotiations while emphasizing determination to achieve necessary improvements. The lack of progress fueled speculation about potential work stoppages, with some observers suggesting that lockout scenarios could become increasingly likely if negotiations remain stalled. Such developments would theoretically benefit alternative leagues like Unrivaled by creating opportunities for displaced WNBA players to continue playing professionally.
CBA advisors team of more than 40 players, including All-Star Executive Committee members and players represented, attended this meeting. The WNBA response in our proposal fails to address priorities were voiced from the day we opted out, a transformational CBA that delivers our rightful share of the business that would be built, improve working conditions, and ensures the success we create. Now, it's not completed. We are committed to fight.
Stewart addressed conflict of interest allegations during recent ESPN interviews, arguing that her unrivaled experience actually enhances her CBA negotiation capabilities. She emphasized lessons learned from Unrivaled's television deals and scheduling strategies, suggesting that these insights establish higher standards for WNBA operations moving forward. Stewart characterized her alternative league involvement as providing valuable perspective on modern professional basketball business models rather than creating competitive conflicts with WNBA interests. She argued that Unrivaled success demonstrates market demand for expanded women's basketball programming and improved player compensation.
It's not completed. We are committed to fight. We are committed to returning to the negotiation table, and we will not stop until we achieve this thing. So basically, man, the meeting was for nothing. They didn't get nothing accomplished, and people are criticizing this meeting, and it's looking more like a WNBA lockout. It's currently on the way, dog. Now, let's fast forward to this. Now, this right here was Breanna Stewart's statement. She stated, it's not a conflict of interest. Now, y'all remember that tweet, right?
Alex Busso, Collier's husband and Unrivaled co-founder, also addressed the controversy during media appearances. He dismissed conflict of interest concerns as misunderstanding the relationship between Unrivaled and the WNBA, arguing that both leagues benefit from each other's success rather than competing for limited resources. Busso emphasized that Unrivaled never intended to compete directly with the WNBA, instead viewing their league as complementary to existing professional women's basketball infrastructure. He suggested that the WNBA's continued growth and development actually supports Unrivaled's market positioning and long-term viability.
She stated, it's not a conflict of interest. Now, y'all remember that tweet, right? Everybody saying it's a conflict of interest, bro. Stewie told ESPN, she stated, I think it's just a little bit different. The things we can take from Unrivaled are the TV deal and how huge and incredibly that was, but also the numbers behind it, like having 3 games per week. People was constantly paying attention to it, whether it's Fee or me or someone else at Unrivaled. We understand that.
He argued that Stewart and Collier bring unique qualifications to CBA negotiations based on their hands-on experience with league operations, television contracts, sponsorship agreements, and team ownership considerations. This background, according to Busso, provides educational advantages that benefit all WNBA players during collective bargaining processes. Busso highlighted Unrivaled's role in creating additional income opportunities for players who might otherwise pursue overseas careers or remain inactive during WNBA off-seasons. He suggested that their league raises industry standards for player compensation and treatment, ultimately benefiting the entire women's professional basketball ecosystem.
That's the standard now. That's what we expected when we came back to the W. So basically, she's trying to say that it's not a conflict of interest. Now, fast forward here, because y'all, we bouncing around like a basketball. Now, this, my friends, was Nafisa Collier, her husband, speaking to the media yesterday. He said Unrivaled co-founder Alex Bezos on whether there's a conflict of interest. So this is what he had to say. Listen to this.
It's fun.
The Unrivaled co-founder emphasized ongoing communication with WNBA leadership and team ownership groups to maintain collaborative relationships. He described efforts to build formal bridges between organizations while acknowledging that the WNBA must resolve current CBA issues before pursuing deeper interleague cooperation. Despite these explanations, skepticism persists regarding whether Stewart and Collier can effectively represent WNBA player interests while maintaining significant financial stakes in alternative league operations. Critics argue that even well-intentioned dual loyalties create inherent tensions that could compromise negotiation effectiveness.
No one was at. Apparently Nike had a party no one was at, and I think it was the Fever or Caitlyn or whatever it is. Somebody ran a party because, I mean, Caitlyn's family were all there, and her family were getting on the stream. And I remember I tweeted this out, like, this all happened while I was asleep. I tweeted it out yesterday. I think it was Ken Swift tweeted. He posted something about it, and I was like, thankfully it stops all the narratives. I think she probably the orange carpet probably just isn't her scene.
The controversy highlights broader questions about player representation during critical labor negotiations. Some observers suggest that board members with competing business interests should recuse themselves from CBA discussions to avoid any appearance of conflicted decision-making. Others argue that Stewart and Collier's business experience provides valuable insights that strengthen player positions during negotiations with league management. This perspective suggests that their alternative league involvement demonstrates sophisticated understanding of professional basketball economics that benefits all players.
Carpet probably just isn't her scene. I think the orange carpet just was not her scene, and she probably just didn't want to go. She probably had a long day. She probably was told, look, you don't want to be overexert yourself. You were at the CBA meeting. She was sitting there watching the stream all day, went to the meeting, and then showed up to the after party. Because, let's be real,
The situation reflects evolving dynamics within women's professional basketball as players increasingly pursue entrepreneurial opportunities and alternative career paths. These developments create new complexities for traditional labor relations structures that were designed for simpler organizational arrangements. As CBA negotiations continue, attention will likely focus on whether Stewart and Collier's dual roles ultimately enhance or compromise player representation effectiveness. The outcome may establish important precedents for future situations involving player board members with diverse business interests.
After party, because let's be real, like it is like, it's good to see her. And it's a positive thing that she seems to be in good spirits. So here is Caitlin and Stephanie. Why I just need to check. I need it before I unmute. Is there any? This is literally, you can't, there's no copyright music.
The controversy also illustrates growing scrutiny of women's professional basketball as increased visibility brings greater attention to organizational decisions and potential conflicts that might have previously remained unnoticed or unexamined by media and fan communities. Caitlin Clark made a notable appearance during a live streaming event hosted by WNBA players, effectively ending speculation about her absence from official All-Star festivities. The star player surfaced on the Stud Buds broadcast, providing fans with reassurance about her well-being and social connections within the league.
Literally, you can't, there's no copyright music, so you can hear it here. Literally, you just go straight away, goes, and that's all I did today was watch the stream for 3 hours. And that's the first thing Caitlin Clark was seeing. Fans in shock finding out she's not hated by other players in the league. No. I mean this when I say this.
The stream, featuring Courtney Williams and Tyara McCowan, attracted significant viewership numbers even during inactive periods, demonstrating the substantial interest surrounding WNBA players' personal interactions. Clark's attendance at the associated after-party revealed her preference for informal gatherings over formal red carpet events. Reports indicated that Nike organized a separate celebration that received minimal attendance while players gravitated toward the streaming venue. Clark's family members also participated in the broadcast, creating a relaxed atmosphere that contrasted sharply with traditional media obligations.
Just when I say this, I think there are some players that hate the circus. There are some players that hate the whole thing. There are some players that hate the whole idea. I don't think there are any players that hate the person. I think there is a line there to be drawn. Like, I do not think there is a single player that hates Caitlin Clark, the person. And like, as you guys can see, 5:54 a.m., 5:24 a.m., I wasn't home. I literally got home 10 minutes ago. So I'm making this video. And
the timing suggests Clark may have chosen to avoid the formal ceremony due to personal preferences rather than any interpersonal conflicts. Her day reportedly included attending CBA meetings and monitoring the stream before joining the evening festivities. This sequence indicates active engagement with league business while maintaining selective participation in social events. Clark's appearance effectively dispelled various theories about potential tensions between her and fellow players. Her comfortable interaction with teammates teammates demonstrated positive relationships despite intense media scrutiny surrounding her rookie season. The casual environment allowed authentic connections to flourish away from formal interview settings.
So I'm making this video. And obviously being called baby goat. But then, like, Caitlyn literally just got up on stage. Caitlyn literally got up on stage in the middle of it all. But, yeah. Obviously copyright music, so we're not doing anything there. And it's so funny, people are just like, Caitlin Clark, it's good seeing Caitlin Clark isn't just an Amish person. Like she seemed, that I'm
Commentary during the stream included references to Clark as Baby Goat, highlighting the respect she commands from peers. Her willingness to participate publicly contradicted suggestions that she maintains distance from other league members. The relaxed setting revealed personality aspects often obscured during official media appearances. Players and fans expressed surprise at seeing Clark's social side, noting differences from her typically focused public persona. Some observers had incorrectly assumed she preferred isolation, but the stream revealed her enjoyment of teammate company and informal entertainment. Coach Christy Sides previously mentioned that Clark's teammates didn't fully understand her personality until after the Olympic break. Initial nervousness gave way to increased comfort as relationships developed throughout the season. The streaming appearance represented continued growth in these interpersonal connections.
She seemed, that I'm like, man, I mean this. If you've ever seen anything like Caitlyn when she was at Iowa, like, she is, and like even Christy Sides was saying it. It was like, one thing is, like, they didn't even realize till the Olympic break that they didn't even realize who Caitlyn was a person till after the Olympic break, and that she really, like, they were like, she was almost nervous at the start. And that's the thing, like, I think
The transformation reportedly began during a significant game against Diana Taurasi, marking a turning point in Clark's professional development. This watershed moment appeared to unlock greater confidence in both performance and social situations. Discussion about potential friendships with rivals like Angel Reese suggested realistic expectations about professional relationships. While mutual respect exists, genuine friendship seems unlikely given their competitive history and social media dynamics. This differs from historical rivalries like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, which developed without modern social media complications.
And that's the thing, like, I think everything changed last year for Caitlin Clark with the Taurasi game. I think everything changed with the Taurasi game. I think the Taurasi game well and truly was the, like, it is, it really changed everything. It really changed everything. And, like, you're seeing this right now, and you're seeing the way the players interact, and it's like, players don't have to be.
The Bird-Johnson comparison faces limitations due to different eras and circumstances. Their rivalry emerged organically through competition rather than specific incidents or celebrations of opponents' difficulties. Current dynamics include additional complexities that make similar relationships more challenging to develop. Recent criticism of Williams and McCowan from certain fan segments contrasted sharply with universal praise from fellow players throughout All-Star Weekend. The streaming hosts received overwhelming support from their peers, indicating strong relationships within the league community. Thousands of viewers tuned into the broadcast, demonstrating appetite for authentic player content beyond traditional media format. The informal setting provided insights into personalities typically hidden behind professional facades during interviews and press conferences.